I want to play some video for you of Donald Trump at a private event where he's promoting his Trump coins. Oh. And he gets asked a question about cryptocurrency. And as we've been following, Trump really struggles to answer questions about cryptocurrency, despite that he's launching a crypto endeavor himself. And this is yet another example of that. I'll play it, then we'll look at the past examples. But there's a really big takeaway I want to explore about how this exemplifies a broader pattern with Trump that is extremely damaging to American politics. We'll get to that later. First, here's this from this event.
NFTs. I'm curious what you think the future of crypto looks like if, God forbid, you don't win the election.
Okay, the question is, it's just sometimes you'll answer it and then your brain will forget what the question was because you're thinking, surely he must have been asked a more logical question for that to have been the answer. The question is, what will the future of crypto be if you're not elected president? See if his answer answers that.
NFTs. I'm curious what you think the future of crypto looks like if, God forbid, you don't win the election.
Future of crypto, what does it look like? Well, I think it's a good future. You know, who knows about anything today? But I think it's a good future. I'll tell you what, you look at values, you look at what's happening and where it's come and where it came from. I think crypto's going.
Where did it come from? Where did it go? Where did it come from? Crypto Joe.
What's happening and where it's come and where it came from. I think crypto's got a great future. I think it really does.
What does it look like if, God forbid?
Maybe we'll pay off the $35 trillion in crypto. I'll write out a little piece of paper. 35 trillion crypto. We have no debt. Right? That's what I like, right? He likes that idea too. He's laughing. Yes. Did you?
Are they laughing with Trump or are they laughing at Trump? We'll be right back to the video just really quickly. If you're not already, I would appreciate you clicking that subscribe button. We are really close to 1 million subscribers. You can help us get there. Easy, free way. And then we do have merch at lukebeasleymerch.com with Harris as a promo code. You can get free shipping. Super cool election-themed merch. Check it out. Back to the video. I always go back to this one that really cements the idea that he's confused.
What about crypto? You spoke at that crypto conference last weekend, and you said that you'd like crypto to have a more prominent space in America.
Well, you have to understand about crypto. Crypto is a very interesting thing, very high level in certain ways, intellectually very high level. But if we don't do it, China's going to do it. China's going to do it anyway. But if we don't do it, China's doing it. China's already doing it. And if we don't do it, other countries are going to do it. So we might as well be at the forefront. And there are people in crypto that are very, very smart people who do love our country, and they think it's good. Who knows? Maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand them a little crypto check, right? We'll hand them a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
But how do you want it to be more prominent in America? How will that work?
Oh, it's going to work easily. It's already prominent. It's moving along. It's very loosely regulated. That's one of the reasons it's moving along. But it is a different form of a currency, and it's going to end up benefiting the country. But if we shut it down, like, Biden's trying to shut it down, Biden doesn't have the intellect to shut it down. Can you imagine this guy's telling you to shut something down like that? He has no idea what the hell it is.
As opposed to what you just explained. I won't mock him again because if you've seen the segments, I've gone through that clip so many times. But what does that mean? The only things I could find I don't know why I would assist him like this. He should be able to answer like an adult what he means when he says we're going to expand the role of crypto or be on the forefront. But the only things I've seen in terms of policy proposals are further weakening regulations of an already really unregulated industry. And that's sort of Trump's hammer for all the nails. We could just deregulate stuff more, and that'll solve problems. It used to be, honestly. It's changed a little bit, though, with him more and more in favor of bigger government things, as his economic proposals show. But that's the only thing I've heard him explain. Why can't he just say that? Digital currencies, they thrive when the government isn't getting in the way of blah-de-blah-de-blah. So I'm going to make sure we roll back any of the things Biden has done to make consumers safer, which is what Biden's done. We've seen how these currencies can really damage people's lives whenever they are so volatile. So it makes sense we would try to regulate a little bit more, protect people a little bit more, without completely shutting down, as Trump is alleging Biden is trying to do. But here was another recent example.
The question I have for you, following up on what I was asking earlier, is why is it so important for America to lead in cryptocurrency adoption and innovation?
Well, it's crypto, it's AI, it's so many other things. You know, AI, speaking of an interesting future, it needs tremendous electricity capability beyond anything I've ever heard. It never made sense to me, but this is what it needs. If you take all of the electricity coming out of the U.S., in order to be dominant in AI, you need twice that amount, just for this one thing. Who would think that? You need twice the electricity we already have. And you got to get started. I mean, you have to be, if you're the U.S., you have to get started.
Right.
You don't want to be left in the dust. And China's already building electric plants, and they want to build them for the AI, and it's very important. But you need tremendous electric, and in this country, because of our strong environmental impact statement problems that we have, China doesn't have those problems. They don't do them. They just build. They said, build over here, build over there. With us, you have to go through years. But I'll make it possible to create tremendous amounts of electricity very.
So he's just talking about AI and electricity. Okay.
Rapidly. But people don't know that. People don't know that you need double the electricity of what we already have. So you want to get in, whether it's crypto or AI or other things that are coming along, and it's part of the game. We want to have a great country. We want to stay at the top. We're making things now. We're starting, and it started under my administration, that there was no chance of ever even getting involved in for a long time.
Right.
And we're leading the pack in so many ways.
Because when he says China, like, we need to do it, otherwise other countries are going to do it, he's not talking about deregulation. That wouldn't apply to that syntax. So maybe a central bank digital currency he's talking about, but that's not really the sort of Wild West crypto bro fantasy, from what I understand. I'm not really into this world, but so when he's talking to those groups, I don't think that's what he's referring to either. It's all very confusing and very concerning for people investing in this. Trump rolls out his new cryptocurrency business, the New York Times reports. A day after an apparent assassination attempt against former President Donald J. Trump, he appeared on a live stream on Monday to champion his latest business venture, cryptocurrencies. That's what you saw. Crypto's one of those things we have to do. What does that mean? We're doing it. What is, okay. Beside him were his collaborators, including a family friend, Mr. Trump's two oldest sons, Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump, and two little-known crypto entrepreneurs, this is bound to end well, with no experience running a high-profile business. Together, they were rolling out Mr. Trump's crypto venture World Liberty Financial, a project that has already raised concerns about the former president's conflicts of interest and even alarmed some of his most vocal supporters in the industry. And it talks about the people he's founding this with, Chase Hero and Zachary Folkman. Mr. Hero has described himself as the dirtbag of the internet, while Mr. Folkman used to teach classes on how to seduce women. Just the best partners in business, as you can see. And it talks about the failure of Trump's media and technology group. I've warned people to be careful. A crypto venture is not the most safe thing, especially when Trump is the one facilitating it. And I will say that the big important takeaway, I think, beyond anything else, is not just that it's another money grab for Trump, because his followers will invest in whatever ways they can or use the platform that's being set up here. That too, milking his followers for as much money as he can again. But I think more so it's we have heard excuses from MAGA a lot about how, well, yeah, Trump has all these character flaws and they want to admit this, but they know he's a really low character person. His history has shown us that. His adjudicated rapist status has shown us that. And the reason they say it's okay is because his policies, though. Oh, right, he can be a really terrible person, but his policies, they're great. And I spend every day addressing the policy part of it and why they're misinformed on that. But even on the character point, the fact that so many people will look past bad character now is really problematic. We saw this with when you just don't care about leadership skills because you want someone who's going to go in there and mess things up and you end up getting someone who completely mismanages the pandemic and is responsible for hundreds of thousands of people dying who didn't have to because of that mismanaging. Or the sort of character's destiny thought here also makes itself known in how he's deteriorated these norms, things that weren't laws. Some of them were, and he's breaking them, but some of them are just norms. Like a conflict of interest like this, thinking of the different ways that foreign governments and foreign actors could allocate resources towards benefiting Trump's crypto venture, hoping he'll do things in return. We've seen that with millions of dollars flowing into his businesses while he was president from foreign governments, and how he didn't sever ties with his companies as other presidents have. And right before an election, launching another money grab, that's your focus? Using the heightened attention on yourself to funnel people towards a crypto venture? And it is not even something we care about, barely, because it's so normal. That's just Trump now. Yep, in his time in office, he's going to make a bunch of money, and any number of actors in the world could be funneling money towards him, as we've now found out they have, and hoping to get things in return, as it seems like many of them did. And that's just the new norm. And so when you have someone who's low character, who doesn't care about the legitimacy and perceived legitimacy of some of these institutions, and is just in it for themselves completely, and is not politically punished for not abiding by those norms, then you quickly see they evaporate, and it's incentivized to go in there, try to use the government, use your position of power just to benefit yourself as much as possible financially, and conflicts of interest be damned. And we're in a worse spot for it, I guess, is the big thing. Let me know what you thought in the comments. You can get the members-only bonus show by clicking that join button below. Or if you don't have that on yours, some people are saying on their browser they don't have it, you can find a link in the description where hopefully you'll be taken to the members-only page.